Who you voting? Who am I voting for this year? As of right now, I'm leaning Biden. I'm definitely leading Biden right now. I could potentially change. I kind of doubt it at this point. We'll see how these debates that's getting ready to come up. I think like the very first one's happening next week. But I actually have not drunken any coffee. I did have an energy drink though. Favorite president? I would probably say Obama. Obama probably, but like I've only what like I've only lived. I mean, like as a kid, I wasn't too much into politics, right? So like, I only became an adult under Obama's presidency, and it didn't seem like Obama's presidency was nearly as chaotic as these last two were. Per se, and then for Biden, it wasn't necessarily his fault because of what he inherited, and it's just always amazing, right? Because like Bush economy, Bush, under Bush, the economy collapsed, and then Obama, did everything he could to like fix it, bring it back up. Then Trump came into office, did absolutely nothing, then didn't take COVID seriously because it was supposed to go away by Easter, and then allowed like it to like kind of crater all of the U.S. right, and then Biden had to come in and fix that, and then combat a lot of the lingering effects that Trump's stuff did, right? Because like inflation, then that's when inflation then bit once COVID started to get relief, and then like all the stuff like the Afghanistan pull out. Like you let anybody else tell you a story, you swear up and down that was just Biden's fault, but nobody ever talk about like the deal that Trump made with the Taliban that didn't include the Afghanistan army, right? That said that you had to pull out by a certain time, and then people would be like, well, then like we could have just said we weren't going to pull out. And so then when I sat there and I pulled up the numbers for like how many soldiers we had in Afghanistan when Biden came into office, he had 2,005. He had about 2,500 soldiers, and then like in me, I'm like y'all mofos are crazy. Anybody that thinks that Biden could have just stayed into Afghanistan and stay and not get out is just crazy, because I don't know how you get off thinking that 2,500 soldiers, if Biden said, okay, we're not getting out no more, that they are going to survive an onslaught from an entire nation's militia. Like that would have been crazy. Yeah, like people saw how quickly like the Taliban just like blew through the Afghan army and how quickly it started. And so you thinking 2,500 American soldiers was just going to sit there and like going to have a good chance of surviving that? Like come on, like that's just crazy. Like Biden did not have any choice. Who you voting? Who am I voting for this year? As of right now, I'm leaning Biden. I'm definitely leading Biden right now. I could potentially change. I kind of doubt it at this point. We'll see how these debates that's getting ready to come up. I think like the very first one's happening next week. But yeah, next week we'll see. But right now I'm leaning Biden. He freed my kind. He invited for to forever. He's invited forever to the cookout, so as Atticus Finch. Makes that's funny. COVID was crazy here. We had 10,000 people locked up to the Capitol to protest, and police were shooting people with rubber bullets and arresting people for not wearing masks. Oh yeah, I bet. COVID was his own like special little COVID was his own special little thing. Like it was. I mean, it was something like, let's say, the world hasn't seen in a very, very long time. Damn, that one's a medium threat. Do I have anything that's like a little bit? Oh, I can say I'm gonna have to get it. Let me look at this tech tree real quick. So, I think like what, I think like what New York got like the kind of got like the shitty end of the stick, because like what it started off. Once it came to the U.S., it hit, of course, like the most populated state we have, and just like was just blowing through. Um, let's see. Why Biden? Because in comparison of the two, like I can guarantee you that at least when hopefully when Biden wins, hopefully, right? That things will continue to stabilize. He'll continue to push to like start passing more and more laws that will benefit and help fix things in the U.S. and then whatchamacallit, right? And like I don't have to worry about anything crazy going on like outside of the United States, right? That is within control of the U.S. president, right? Like people, I don't know, like why people think that like the U.S. president has like this grand power of preventing two nations from going to war, or preventing like inflation, or preventing gas prices from going up and stuff. But at the very least, at least like supporting our allies, making sure that people know that that we're dependable. We'll sit there and we help people out, and we'll defend our interests wherever it's possible. That we guard like freedom of what freedom of travel between like the waterways, so like Hamas can't sit there and like try to like block out shipping lanes and whatnot over there. Like I think like we help control Israel, where Israel was probably going to sit there and like do a little bit more, like do more worse stuff if they would have had invaded Rafah without like really sitting down and creating a solid plan. So it's nice that we're sitting there putting pressure on them. Supporting Ukraine was like really important, that I don't think Trump would do at all. Yeah, I just like Biden, just overall just seems like he'd be more stable, whereas Trump bro, what do I think, like first off, like Trump will pardon himself, right, of crimes, and to me that's going to spell like the decline of like democracy as we know it, because and for the entire world, right? Because like one of the key tenets of democracy is that like is that justice is applied to everybody, and nobody can just sit there and just like choose to absolve themselves from the crimes they commit. And one of the powers of the presidency, if you get back into office, those federal crimes that he's being tried for, because he did commit those federal crimes, if he gets up in there, he will be able to actually pardon himself and be like, no more. Right, and then the state crimes are going to go into chaos. I think for Georgia, for the Georgia state crime he's looking at, if he wins the presidency, the Republican governor, I could see, will probably pardon him and just be like, look, he's the president now, he's going to do it. What I'm actually a little bit terrified of is if the New York governor chooses not to do it. First off, like if he gets jail time and he gets it past a year, right? And then you have this issue where like you have a president of the United States locked up in like New York prison, and the governor won't release this man, and then he becomes like the actual active sitting president. Like you will have like this will be the craziest direct conflict between state and federal like we will have ever seen. It would have been it is going to be it is going to be crazy. I'm telling you. Like if it plays out that way, and then I can sit there and I can see like what is it, and then I can sit there and I can see like some of the Republicans get involved. Like I don't know, because you probably not like necessarily familiar with too much on like the political landscape over here in the US, but back when we was having like these immigration issues, right, when the federal government was trying to step in because like Texas was impeding or getting in the way of like stuff the federal government was trying to do, like other Republican states was sitting there and saying that they were going to like send the National Guard to Texas to support Texas in case of a like any type of like conflict or issue with the federal government on the matter, right? So it's like it's already like things are setting up to where like either we're going to have a massive conflict, a massive like political conflict that's going to be crazy, or everybody's going to be challenged, and then we're going to find out that they were all talk and no action, and then they're going to quietly complain and then move out the way. I'm hoping for the latter, but the former, you should definitely take the former seriously. Texas is a nice state. Don't agree with politics. Texas is pretty cool, but some of their politics is crazy. Like I keep every so often I keep coming across the articles with the people that's trying to succeed from the U.S. garnering more and more support from the legislature in Texas. And then like now I think like the last article I read was that they were saying that there were like two other states that they were saying had interest in kind of doing the same thing that they were working with. I'm just like, bro, like it's so crazy. Ooh, okay. Do I have enough actually to hold on? I just want to take a look. Oh God, bro, I'm still like half a K short. You know what? Why am I doing this? Let me get the laser drill, and then maybe I can like pump stuff out a little faster. We'll actually look at that. Will there be a civil war if Trump loses? Um, no, there won't be a civil war, But people are definitely try to start some stuff, for sure. The thing is like Civil War, the Civil War wouldn't happen in the way that we are familiar with from historical context, just because like unless unless like we're I'm trying to think, right? Because I don't think the public support would be there. Like the thing is that like the way the state governments operate can a lot of times be like significantly different from like what their population would support. So like for example, like a civil war would require succeeding from the United States. So like if Texas was to sit there and say they're going to succeed from the United States, the thing is that what that would mean is then that like the economy, right? The economy would have to be disconnected. People would no longer be able to travel between Texas and the United States because it'd be like seen as like a separate country and stuff. And like their whole way of living and stuff would be completely upended. Supply routes would be completely like disrupted, all that good stuff. And I can promise you, like the people in Texas would definitely take significant issue with that, and like there would be like their own internal conflict within the state that would happen too. And then most importantly is just that the state governments do not have the do not have the military firepower to take on the federal government, right? And then like it's not even clear if it's not even clear, right, if the military in these states would even participate in a civil uprising, right? The national like all the federal assets would obviously not participate, and they would like quickly remove themselves. But as for the state militia, like like I don't know, I don't it just it'd be all kind of crazy. Um, my brain hurts typing all of that. American politics seems fun. No one cares about politics here. Yeah, because American politics is like this fuck. Excuse me, it's freaking maddening. It's just what it is because like it just um we got a lot of crazy stuff that we sit there and do. I don't, you know what? I want to go back to over here, try to see if I can mine more materials first. Um, let's see. Is a bit she can't wait for more streams to come. Appreciate it. Where does the average person in the military land politically? Seems like they'd be leaning more towards Trump, but I could be wrong. Um, um, I honestly, I'm not too sure. I think there was like a bit more support for Trump, like it's just for on a Republican side period, because the Republicans I think do like a bit of a better job, kind of posturing themselves to be a better towards the military than the Democrats do. But yeah, I'm not. I'm honestly not too sure. Like I've met plenty of people that are, um, you know, that support Democrats that were in the military. Where does the average? Okay, I read that. Not only that, we are undeniably the best country in the world. Well, I mean, yeah, it's that's good and stuff. Um, to think that way, we do got a lot of stuff that we do definitely need to work on. For it, Australia is the best. Like my biggest thing is just like healthcare. Healthcare to me just like tends to be like just like the biggest sticking point for the US, cuz like I personally, even though I'm Republican, I will say this. I support capitalism. I just don't support it in the healthcare industry, cuz then you get these odd situations where like people can't afford medication to live and then they die, and then like we just go about our lives. Like I think the first congressional hearing that they had in I can't remember if it was the first or the second Congress under Trump's term, but it was about that woman. It was about that woman whose daughter died because she couldn't afford penicillin, or whatever medication it was. Like stuff like that, man. Like stuff like that just like really make you think, man. It's just crazy. Like the cost for healthcare is like just astronomical. It should not be that hard. We lost a war to EMAS. What is EMAS? Um, EMA. I wonder what that, or maybe you just say to the U.S. Healthcare is a right. It's hard to believe you're a Republican. I think you're more center left. Well, like, cause it depends on like what issue you're talking about, right? Like, like traditional stuff that I like definitely be on the Republican side with supporting, and I have a leak. Hold on, I have a oh my god, I have a okay. Where is this coming from? Where hold on, where is this leak coming from? um like transgender issues, gun rights and stuff. Like I guess you could say like I tend to lean a little bit more on the Republican side. Okay, yep, see now. Okay, so now where is this? Okay, where is the sand coming from? Okay, sand goes here, it goes to here, and then it comes out, and it goes here where it's going left and it's going right, and then it goes here where it's going up and it's going down, and it goes here. How the hell is the sand getting in here? Do I just need to just redo? I think I might just need to redo this. Look up Australian Emu War. Okay, I will definitely actually. In fact, I'm gonna put it in my thing so I don't. I don't forget for sure. I'd be really curious of what. Um, I'd be really curious of what that is. The Emu War was a military operation. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna read that when I get a chance. Um, what about abortion? Abortion, right? So yeah, I'm actually abortion. I'm more pro-choice, but I'm pro-choice like with restrictions. I think like maybe I think like 90 days, so like 3 months. I think 3 months should probably be like maybe like the cap on it. It probably should be the cap on it, just because like I'm not a religious person, so like all of these like crazy religious arguments that they have about like human life starting at the moment of conception, when it's literally just like four cells that are they're just like moving around, like to me is like a bit of a wild argument to have. But then at the same token too, I don't think like people should be able like after a certain point of development, I don't think like you should be able to just go ahead and get an abortion either. So that's where I'm at on that one. Which we had gun rights in our constitution. Guns are amazing. Oh yeah, in Australia. Oh yeah, like a lot of countries, boy. Yeah, yeah, y'all not getting none of that, bro. Where is this sand coming from? I'm trying to understand like how did I jack this up? It's coming over here because and then it's gonna then funnel to all these other places. See? Now when I do that, we should be good, right? And then this should like clear up relatively soon, right? Let's see. Oh, but the coal's getting a little slow right here. Do I need more coal? I need more coal. Um, let's see. Let's see. We don't have shit in our constitution. We declared war on birds and we lost. Military Australia to kill emus that were destroying crops in Western Australia. Oh, that is going to. Oh, that'd be interesting. That'll probably be like our war on drugs in the U.S. Although it wasn't like with birds though, but it was like on like some like shadowy entity for our war on drugs. I agree too. I believe too. I believe too. I believe that too. Honestly, if you're going on the streets bragging about having 19 abortions, you should be treated like an animal. You're lucky living in America. Yeah, right. And then it's just crazy, right? Because a lot of these people have beliefs and ideologies that if they were in like certain other countries, boy, they would have been like they would have been murdered. That's why like with the Palestinian support kind of be like crazy sometimes to me, because like some of these people that be doing the Palestinian stuff, they don't understand that if they were over there, they they be killed like almost instantaneously. It's kind of crazy. My local premier, basically a state government, celebrated opening free abortion clinics. Didn't sit with me celebrating it and being all happy with it. Um, let's see, like Brian Caffey. Oh, and he's probably referring to your the thing about the birds. I don't know. Well, maybe it's talking about the abortion thing. Abortion thing is kind of, yeah, like me. Because abortion for the most part is traumatic. Yeah, like it's still like for the woman, still like still a human life and whatnot, and as far as like once it develops like past a certain point, to say that it's a human life immediately upon like the fusion of the two cells is wild to me. But like after a while, like at some point it does become a human life. So like it's not something to like take lightly anyway. At the bare minimum, that it could have been human life, right? Regardless of like where you stand on a religion, whether you believe it's human life at the offset or not. Full term, obviously it then becomes like human life, right? And so like that's never something to like ever take lightly. And that's why I'm like, it should definitely be like freedom of choice, but definitely should 100% be restrictions, right? Because then you get these weird things where like some of the states that ban abortion, like they do it in all cases they like to say the word grape, right? Adding a G to the word there, grape, and incest, right? um which to me is crazy, right? And then especially the incest part, because like the from the DNA standpoint, right? It's gonna sit there and it's gonna jack up like that child is gonna come out jacked up. I remember when I was in Egypt, and I got to go to one of the museums. I got to saw like little statues they got these historical statues that showed like I guess the children back then that had like these weirdly shaped heads. And the reason for that is because like they believed in and keeping like their family's pure blood, which means like not mixing their blood with any other families. So there was a lot of like incest, a lot of I guess brother sister like breeding, right? And so yeah, then like the baby would come like deformed or like have a very short life expectancy because they just it just be jacked up. um Again, the baby would generally be better if it wasn't alive, like incest or some major, yeah, like like that stuff. Um and then the thing is like in the case of grape too. Like I've seen, I've seen some like not personally seen, but like those stories are just like the women that just sit there and they have that traumatic experience of being raped and stuff, and then they got to carry that person's child to term, where they could have like literally hell, they could have taken the pills like 2 or 3 days right after, to just make sure that they don't get pregnant, and then sit there to just have to carry the child's baby to term. And then if that child was to then grow up to look exactly like the person, and then of course technically like there are parental rights. So then what does it look like when like that person wants to then get involved in the child's in the child's life and stuff, and then like you got to sit there and always look at your grape. It's just that whole situation is just like mentally like just like messed up. And that's why like I think it's just crazy that we would also restrict abortion for those cases as well, because that's just way too much trauma. Yeah, sure. Sure, you could yeah, call me what you want. um how did you know my name was Charles? I'm actually kind of curious. Hold on. Where is my? I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, did I? Like, damn, I don't even remember. See, this is my brain operating on the on like when did we get up? We got up 9 o'clock. No, 10 o'clock. We got up around 10 o'clock our time. And it's almost 5 o'clock, so we're 5 hours out from being up for 24 hours. It's crazy. Yeah, and he said, "Oh, you look like a child." What's your guys' most controversial opinions? My most controversial opinions. Well, I mean, like the most active controversial stuff is going on right now is what? It's just it's between like transgender stuff and I guess the Israeli stuff. Although the Israeli stuff, I don't know why it's like necessarily controversial, because it's like I guess if you try to start arguing like historical right, who's like right in the sense of like historical context, then I guess maybe that. But like probably transgender stuff might potentially probably be the most controversial, probably, I think. But I'm not sure what it would be. Incipiens, yo, what's going on? Great to have you join. Um, Andrew Tate speaks facts on a lot of things, some not. You know something? I actually for Andrew Tate, I like I like a decent amount of the stuff he says. Um, and like you just got to be able to separate like the stuff that he does for theater, for the like for like when he is actually trying to like make a point. But like that, so now we get into like the red pill stuff. Red pill stuff is yeah, like the red pill stuff is in general, red pill stuff is like pretty decent. I don't know for Australia like how like much on the red pill stuff like you guys like are like track on that, but like the red pill stuff essentially is like, you know, pro development for males, for men essentially and stuff, and trying to restore some of the masculinity and stuff, which a lot of stuff like you can sit there and agree with, but then like there's a lot of factions like with everything else that has like a bit more of the extreme ends that can be like a little bit crazy. Why are Americans so obsessed with Israel? Israel seems to be, well, like the whole Jewish thing seems to be like entrenched pretty well into throughout the US, but then I guess the same argument can be given outside of that, because you know you got a lot of Jews that are in like a really like big prominent positions in the US, and then like the Jews do a really good job staying supporting themselves like in their entirety. So like, you know, they got like these groups, so in support I mean like financially and yeah, financially, politically, like all that stuff. So like they tend to do a really good job of like diverting attention and power where they need to, which I think is part of the reason why like it's such an obsession over here, because like some people you know are okay with it, some people are not. um Let's see. Oh, you met one of met Jay Waller. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's probably quite a cool experience to do. Like I said, you know, like these people, like they're I think that they're that the red pill people, they're generally good people for like those specific ones. And then like you just got the other ones that kind of like can say like some crazy stuff sometimes. You're Republican or another communist saying that they are Republican. I'm a Republican, but like just because I'm a Republican doesn't mean that I am beholden to um I'm beholden to like every single position that the Republicans take, because at the end of the day I'm American, and like what, you know, what's best for America, right, is what I'll sit there and support. But I also won't sit there and just blindly support like whatever position my you know, my party takes. Like that, for example, incipients, like, you know, what was it? Like we had DeSantis and Vivek, and I think we also had somebody else. Like the very first like debate where they were like sitting there saying that they're going to sit there on day one, do a military conflict in Mexico, because of like of the drug stuff, so they can stop the drugs. Like I don't know how you're a Republican and you support that. Like if you're a Republican and you support that, you're anti-American, right? If you're a Texan, especially if you live in Texas or Texas, Nevada, or any of those states that border Mexico, because should a problem happen, you'll be the very first ones to actually know about it. Like to me, that's kind of wild that we sit there. The one of the only two countries that we border with, you'll sit there and like you'll do something as extreme as that. People don't remember their history. I don't know how he supports. Oh, did I? I think I moved up too far. Met one of his friends, and Jay Waller. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like how he supports Palestine and his support for Trump. Yeah, like, so, you know, like you know, different walks of life will just have their different reasons for supporting people. But then they also like to have their own echo chambers and bubbles that they sit there and live in. So you know, it is what. And you're not going to tell a man like that. Or convince a man like that, because he's gonna look at his own life experiences and stuff, him being successful and like in a position much higher than everybody else. They're just, it's just nearly impossible to convince them one way or the other. Andrew Tate is just a retarded bit bong that human traffic as a far right schizo. I see him just as a Jewish Fed. I have not heard that one before, but yeah, he definitely yeah, he definitely did some stuff that you know, we just gotta have to wait for the Ukraine to pull through. My predictions on the Andrew Tate stuff, he will likely be found guilty. Definitely for probably financial crimes. For the human trafficking stuff, unfortunately, the way the text is written in Ukraine, like people don't understand. Like, you know, people's contention is like when you hear sex work, you think at the bare minimum, you think of things actually involving sex, but people don't understand that also includes like webcamming, right? Webcamming is also a thing there. So like the thing of just having women come from like other countries in there to do like webcam stuff, right, can be seen as like, sex, human trafficking, and that's unfortunate. I don't like that particular definition of it, but hey, if it's the law, I mean, it's just like the New York law stuff, right? Where like you can upgrade your misdemeanors to felonies that they further into crime. They're pretty unique in that, and I mean, you don't, you can say you don't like it, but at the end of the day, it's the law, and so like if it's the law and you break it, it is what it is. Because when Israel became a country, one of Israel's first ally was the U.S. and the U.K. Yeah, right. Because like those, what post World War II, we had like the mandate, right? So like the U.S. As a matter of fact, Britain was the one that actually like, if I'm not mistaken, had possession of a majority of that land, and then they were the ones that basically kind of gave it to Israel. Israel only naturally owned like a small portion of it. Like we was literally just reading some of that like literally earlier in the stream. Let's see. Godly. I'm gonna have to. Can I expand this out some? Because it's starting to. There we go. Because I was wondering why my like thing was so small. Like, let me grab my so I can put this back. No, I can't. I gotta have you open. Okay, here we go. Now we can actually like get to it. This guy's going to be trouble. This guy's gonna be trouble. Yeah, no shit. I went so far the red pill pipeline that I came out as a black pill and became a nihilist. That's actually pretty crazy. I think separate masculinity and values to politics, if that makes sense. Like my liberal ideals generally would not sit well if I sat in a table with Andrew, Tristan, Waller, and Waller. Yeah, like I get it. Yeah, especially the separate, because like some of the stuff that they promote masculinity has like a lot of ideology undertones to it, which is like what I just don't like, because like say they live in a completely separate world. My biggest gripe with like on the red pill space is that they feed you a lifestyle that a majority of people will not be able to like live, right? Only like what I think the current like most recent numbers, either 2021, 2022, right? Like only 15%, roughly 15% of the population makes over $100,000. Like you're not like most families are gonna have to work. Like the husband, like the like guy and girl, they're gonna have to work if they're gonna want to live, because like you're just like a bulk of these people are not having jobs where they can sit there and have their wife only stay at home, support children and stuff, be able to have kids and stuff. Like it's a lifestyle that to me is just like it's really a fallacy. um let's see. Let's see. You are anti-American. By the way, I'm European, so it's funny watching all you Americans. Yeah, I'm sure it is. We got a lot of crazy stuff over here, but uh Europeans, you guys be like having some like really interesting stuff, like especially like oh god, like that stuff that's going on in France right now. Well, you say European, so I'm assuming you might be referring to like probably like the UK. But like I'm just when people say Europe, I kind of like include them all. I think like the whole European Union. So like I think of like all those countries over there. But like I'm not big on geography, so I could be also like completely wrong in my understanding. um I don't mess with how Andrew Tate became rich, but I like his philosophy. Well, I mean, yeah, like it was a webcam business. I mean, it was a yeah. I mean, it was a hustle. And the crazy thing is that like if he had put that to rest and then like focus on all his other stuff, he would have probably been good. But I mean, it's just it is what it is. You're not always gonna agree with people you like. Yeah, what I'm saying, like and that's the important thing, right? But remember, right, the people on the like far right Republican, far left Democratic, right? They're going to sit there like you have to agree with these people, and if you don't, you're anti-American, or you're not a Democrat, you're not a Republican, just because you don't agree with them in like one particular point or another. Any of you guys looked into APAC? It's crazy stuff. Is it really? What is this? I'm just curious what it is. It's 2 p.m. in Finland and drink only 3.5 liters of beer. Gonna have to go to the store soon to buy more. Um, oh, in Finland, like what's like the most popular beer? Like me, I'm not a beer drinker, but and to me, and that's probably just because I grew up in the U.S. and it seems like all the beer and all the beer just seemed to taste all the same. And I remember when I went to Egypt, and I forgot what was the name of this beer I had. Um, God, I need to try to remember what it was called, but it was so good. And then like it had a proof of, I think it was like 18%. Like it was a beer, but like the strength was like 18% alcohol. It was the great. It was, and it tasted so good too. It was the greatest thing. I think I have to put Australia when I look up Aussie, right? APAC Australia, right? What's be this? Australia, Israel, and Jewish Affair Council. Oh, did you mean that the AJAC is there Israeli? Okay, so okay, AJAC, AJAC. Let me just read some more of these comments here. Gonna have to go to the store and buy some more. So I like to say that too. That I find it stupid how Palestinians are not thinking where the Jewish people are gonna go after World War II. Like they are not going to go back to Germany where they were snitched to the Nazis to be put on concentration camps. Yeah, you know, and the thing is like the Jewish, my understanding, the Jewish people were actually kind of all spread out too. Germany definitely wasn't the place they were about to go, but like a lot of them were in Russia. You know, you had plenty of them in Britain. Like it was just like all throughout, and then yeah, and then they were just like, oh yeah, they all like migrated over there. But yeah, now you're at a point where like it's just like yeah, I don't know like where they where people think like this stuff is gonna how the stuff is gonna be like settled, because nobody's gonna go anywhere. Like the Jewish people definitely ain't gonna go nowhere. So like the Palestinians, as much as sucky as it is, they just need to accept that they just need to accept that it's just the consequences of war. So you just got to stay here. You just stay here, and you just got to accept like what you get given. You're not in a position to fight or argue anything else. So you just have to take it. And like, you know, you sit there and like people trying to sit there and do this moral standing. If they would just sit there and just accept the shitty deals and just move on, like there'd be so much stuff that just been so much. If they had accepted the deal from the get go, right, they would have been in a lot better situation than they are now. So I don't know. I'll say this. I feel like Israel. I'm gonna read these comments, and then I'm gonna talk about like how I think Israel should have actually handled October 7th. That I think would have actually probably put an end to all of it. But it could have potentially led to something more devastating. But if they had did it right, would it problem would have been solved, and this would never be an issue again. Let's see. Plus, if we're going to look into history on who predates and had the land longer, Jewish or Arabics, then the answer is common sense. Yeah, see, I just don't like the use like the historical context stuff, just because like, you know, like at like what point does it like at what point does it like stop to sit there and like start chaining like historical ownership and whatnot, and like then like do people inherently have a right that have like nothing to do with any of the situation that you just happen to be on the land that these other people used to be on? Yeah, like the history stuff is kind of hard to like try to use it, in my opinion. That U.S. Europeans are fucked. Basically, we have central government controlled by Germany and France. Basically, individual countries have no power because EU can just sanction the shit out of us. Yes, this is true, right? And as I was saying, like, see, like the European stuff, like the Europeans got like some other colorful things they do. They do like for better or worse. You know that is the system you guys got. But at least you know. At least, you know, as far as your medical needs, right? You got medical needs, and and it's light, and you know, it's life altering, right? You should be able to get it. You don't have a problem with that. You guys do a really good job at regulating chemicals. If I'm not mistaken, I think like in Europe, like chemicals have to be proven to be safe before they can be used, which is actually not the case. And I could be wrong, or like maybe specific industries and stuff like that, but my understanding is that's not the case in the US. Like something has to be proven to be like unsafe, per se. But you know, like you guys got like a lot of cool things, and then like y'all strong arm the tech companies quite a bit, forcing Apple to like to have to use the USB-C charger. Oh yeah, that was good. That was really good. I liked it, that one. APEC is a really political. Oh yeah, yeah, good. I don't know what to call it. Most elected people got a shit ton of money from them as donations. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, see, bro, I'm telling you, like the Jews do a hell of a good job supporting each other throughout the world, and this is why like they are what they are. Like if other groups were able to do this, like you know, maybe the influence wouldn't be as big, but like they just do a really good job at unification. I can't think of any other religion or group of people that that are like unify themselves as well as as well as the Jews do. Um oh no, APAC America. Oh, this is what you was talking about here, right? Is this what? Right. Well, they also in Australia. They're also over there in Australia. More than 3 million pro-Israel Americans working to strengthen bipartisan support for U.S.-Israel relationships. Oh, yes, these guys. Yes, I read it. I found a good site to see the donations people got. Track AFAC.com. Oh yeah, we actually I do like that we do have a mechanism to like track all the things. Like at what point does it really matter? Yeah, what camera to use? I actually, as far as my camera, this is actually the Galaxy Note 8. It's an old phone I have that I just wanted to put to use. The phone I'm currently using is like personally is a Note 10. But at some point when I'm not poor anymore, I will actually get me an actual camera. I'm eyeing like a Black Magic camera, so that would probably be like maybe 7 years from now, where I'd be able to afford one. If I don't stop like spending my money on other things that I sometimes need but sometimes don't. So like we'll kind of see there. Um, oh wait, is my music? Did my music stop or is it still playing? Wait, my music, the music I made. Let me see here. I had yeah, probably definitely missed it earlier, but like I have AI plugins, right? That I use to like generate music, and so like it's pretty cool. Let me just get a little bit of some background noise here. Kind of put that there. Let's see. Instance Kevin Burn Inspirants, don't forget to follow. Oh yeah, definitely appreciate the follow, you guys. Um as a matter of fact, I gotta get back to like fixing on my like so I stream the Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and X, and I have been attempting to kind of like clean up my interfaces. Let me pause that there. I actually meant to go to, oh no, I guess I can't. I guess I gotta leave this as it is. But I've been trying to like kind of clean up my my stuff there, and it is a work in progress for sure. Just because like I'm still like relatively new per se on this part of my streaming here. I can go to create a dashboard, and yeah, but definitely if you guys do follow, I appreciate it. Like I said, we've been doing like a lot of reactions and whatnot. So let's see. I mean, in the EU, all the chemicals are really fucking regulated. Like USA can't export cheese into EU because even in USA they don't count the US cheese as cheese. It's cheese product. Yeah, like I said, the Europeans don't play. Like they will have important healthy products. And also, so like you guys don't have to. And that's, you know, honestly, that's probably the reason why a lot of times I think you guys have like a lot of lower rates of like of a lot of diseases. Definitely obesity. You guys aren't fat over there. Not like that. Not like it is in the US, right? Am I correct on that? I just want to make sure I'm correct on that, right? Obesity rates by country. And why am I getting sponsored links? List of country rates and obesity. Why are you so zoomed in? Good lord. Country, right? I think you said Finland, right? I wonder where Finland stands on. Excuse me, Finland? Wait, they don't even. Oh, are everybody there just like goddamn models? Why is there not a single? They don't have it. Haiti too. Well, I mean, okay, I can kind of understand Haiti, but no offense to the Haitians, but Finland. Okay, well, let me see obesity rates. I wish I had a better thing here. Obesity rates in Finland, right? 19% of women, 7% of men. And this is in Finland, right? And if I was to do United States, as a matter of fact, before I even do that, let me duplicate this tab and let's say United States, right? I think like what we're at like 20%, like somewhere around it. Ooh, 30%. Nearly 1 in 3 adults are overweight. Yeah, but obesity though, because overweight and obesity are separate. 2 and 5 have obesity. Oh, that's even worse. Jesus Christ, including severe obesity, and then 9% have severe obesity. Sheesh. All right, let me get through. Um, let's see here. Basically, all of us Europeans laugh at you Americans for having so shit cheese that your government doesn't even classify it as cheese. Exactly. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, you guys don't understand how good y'all got it over there, because like we got all kinds of crazy stuff over here, which is the reason why we have what we have over here for sure. Get Google Pixel phone and install Graphene OS. Um, I'll look into it, but like I really love like my Samsung phones, man. Like they like the innovation and stuff that they do, especially the quality. I mean, just think of like how big of a boss move it is. It's like how all these people love like the iPhones and whatnot, and a lot of people don't even know that the displays are made by Samsung. Samsung makes the displays for for the iPhones. And let me just, I always like to just double check, right? Because like sometimes the stuff could have changed from when I last read it. So anything like that I know of that I last saw like a year ago, a year plus ago, I always like try to double check. Who makes the displays for the iPhone? It should still be Samsung. Apple sourced iPhones from variety of manufacturers, including Samsung, LG. These companies manufacture different types of screens for Apple. Yeah, but what's the share? Like the amount? Samsung is the largest. Yeah, see, as I say, because I think Samsung produces the most displays for their phone. So what's that? It's privacy focused OS. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, I'll definitely have to look into it for sure. Do you play chess? What are your other hobbies? My other hobbies. I mean, like sometimes I video game. I actually I'll probably jump on video game stuff, um, with other people. Hold on, let me grab this real quick. I'll probably jump on like with like some of my boys later on today. We will we got some games that we're gonna try and play. What is it? The Heist? I think it's called the Heist. The break in. We was playing body cam like the other day, and then I also want to try content warning. Content warning looked like it'd be like hella funny, and fun. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, like the gaming. How long you streaming? I'm gonna sleep soon, G. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give it 10 more minutes, and then like, I'm gonna peace out too, cause I definitely want to get some sleep. Well, I mean, honestly, I could probably. Is the sun up yet? Oh no, it's still dark outside. That's crazy. I thought like around 5 o'clock usually the sun come up over here. But I would probably keep going. But yeah, no, I probably do want to go and sleep because I do want to try and get up somewhat early so I can get some editing done on like on this stream and the other stream I did just a couple of hours before it. So. But yeah, like video game would probably be the other hobby. That and tinkering with the tech stuff would be my hobby stuff. Do you like Fresh and Fit? I do like Fresh and Fit. But yeah, they do go a little bit too far in some of the stuff they do. I had especially liked like the other streams they did because they did do like a lot of other stuff, a lot of money stuff. Was like they finance stuff I really especially like. Most of the U.S. issue with obesity is because you have a government subsidy for growing corn. You have so much corn that you add it to everything, even the fuel. Yeah, corn is the way of life. You must adopt it over there as well. You will be much better with corn, I promise you. It makes everything better. I think but to be truly honest, I actually think not just corn, but I think it is the chemicals too. I really do think like the chemicals and like how our food is produced and whatnot is probably contributing to not just obesity, but then just like all of the health problems we have. Period. But yeah, check out the Graphite OS. It's really good. Yeah, man, you hyping it up like that. I'm gonna have to definitely look at it. I appreciate you yeah, appreciate you guys for definitely pulling that up. I'll definitely do that. UFC, if it ain't free, I ain't watching it. So the UFC, I think that's behind like some pay stuff. I don't think I have any subscriptions or anything with the stuff that I am willing to buy. Gives me UFC for free. I think I'll double check. I think I might actually potentially have something, but it definitely ain't the premium events. We'll have to look. But I don't watch the UFC. A lot of my watching time is spent on like just mostly the political stuff, and then like technology stuff. 10 minutes is enough for me to down 5 liters of beer. Hey, go for it. I would almost join you if I had any beer in the house, but I'm more of a Disaronno person. Like I don't like drinking much these days, but like I will definitely like drink some Disaronno. Disaronno is like my favorite alcohol beverage to do. Let's see. I like that video with Myron and a bunch of obese people. Oh yeah, I bet that was yeah. I bet that was. I'm trying to think. Like I think my favorite one for my I think my favorite one. Oh my god, was back when Kevin Samuels was alive. Oh man, when Kevin Samuels was alive, man, that shit was just oh, it was so good. I those are the days I really miss. Kevin Samuels, I don't know, y'all know Kevin Samuels, but my god, was this it was content was always premium. And then that one show he did when he was on Fresh and Fit, or at least when he called in on the Fresh and Fit to talk to that one girl. Oh man, that I might have to rewatch one of those days, man. This shit was crazy. I'm finished. So professional alcoholic. So I'm a heavy drinker. Don't expect me to come to your stream sober. Hey man, hey, it's all love. Like you know what I'm saying. Like the drinks are the way of life. Um, I used to like what you call it. Like what did I used to like? What else did I used to drink? Okay, like let's just these days I just like don't be having the time or don't be wanting to spend the money. And also too like alcohol drinks in other country are like so much cheaper. When I was in Egypt, oh my god, bro, like to be able to pay $2 for a shot. Like that's it, like bro, like we $6 to $8 for a shot in the US. $2? So that's probably the reason why I don't even drink that much, bro, because it's just be expensive over here. I do have a Discord actually here. I will actually throw it in the chat for you guys. Um, I just have to find it, right? I definitely just have to find it because I've been working on trying to get it up too. We customized it quite a bit actually. We did customize it quite a bit. I think it's probably easier for me to go on Kicks. I think I have the link right on my Kick side of it. Hold on, let me see. Where's my Kick here? Come on, come here, create a dashboard. No settings, right? Need to go to settings, profile, right? Isn't it here? Yes, yes it is. It is right here. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. There we go. Discord. That's what I say. You're gonna let me, and then let's throw that in there. People guess we agreed on most part. Oh yeah. I guess we did end up agreeing on like on most part there. So that's Discord. Glad I bumped into you. Yeah, I'm happy you stopped by, man. Like yeah, no, this was like yeah, this was all like really good stuff. It's going through Twitch trying to debate people. Guess we agree on most parts. Yeah, no, like we sure do. Even cheaper if you buy a bus ticket from Estonia to Latvia. Said, oh yeah, and then the travel, like that's the nice thing too. Like the European Union, you have like that cool travel stuff y'all got because y'all like on the European Union, and then of course, well, I mean to be fair, right? The U.S. like we do have like a whole body of ocean. Like unless we were going to Canada or Mexico, like we do have like an entire ocean that we have to cross. So like air travel is a bit expensive, like to begin with anyway. But yeah, like y'all got a lot of like really cool stuff, man. For sure. And then it's just so much cheaper over there. A lot of things are just so much cheaper over there. Over there in Europe. So like it's yeah. It's when I travel, if I go back to like another foreign country, like I will definitely I will definitely be drinking quite a bit just because like it just be so much cheaper and it's just so much fun. Yeah, let me close this. Oh yeah, I can move back over here now. And hold on. There you go. I answered it with my with my gaming account on Twitch there because I keep my gaming stuff. I try to I don't know. I might one day combine them, but let's see stuff. Um yeah, no, yeah, so like as my anime, yeah, my anime is Naruto and yeah, like right now, yeah, no, I think Naruto, like, cause Naruto is like what I grew up on, and like to me, like that one probably had the most impact on my life. So that'd be like my top favorite. The one just underneath that is head and head between Black Clover My Hero Academia. Those two to me are like really really good. As far as like active ones. If you ever come to Finland, buy Kosken Korva. Yeah, Kosken Korva Sammaiki. Sammaiki, I think is what it is. I am going to let me capture this. Let me capture this and let me see. Is it going to let me? I'm going to have to put this in a notepad real quick because I think like the rest of my sticky notes might pop up. I'm gonna add it. I got an actual place I'm gonna put it in. But I'm assuming this is a beer to buy in Finland. I actually do like have a thing, but I can't put it in my sticky notes, and I don't want my sticky notes to pop up. Just because like I have like notes of other stuff too. And I want. Are you gonna stream on in this account or your gaming account? You know something, that's a good question. I probably am going to actually stream on this account. Just because like I'm likely going to be streaming first before they jump on, and I use Restream, so I can then actually add my stream, actually stream the both at the same time. So yeah, I'll still be streaming on this one, just because I'm almost guaranteed to be already streaming on this one by the time they actually choose to like get on. If you ever, so are you gonna, let's see, Naruto's my childhood. Oh no, is this chat full of anime lolicons like all right wing discords? Um, oh yeah, the lolicons, the lolicons is just crazy, crazy. Yeah, the lowly stuff, like the lowly stuff is like a quite a unique thing to like to sit there and have to like navigate through, because you know they're like clearly like what, like clearly children, but then there's like some caveat that makes them not children, like oh yeah she's like 4,000 years old, and I'm just like bro, like this is all just crazy. No beer, it's liquor, it's liquor flavored with salty licorice. I'm not gonna lie, that actually does not sound pretty appealing, but we'll still try it. Liquor, right? It is and then I just got to get my spelling right here. U-E-U-R, right? Yeah, liquor, right? Why it looks strange to me, but it's licorice flavor, salty licorice flavored. Yeah, we will. I will put this so I don't lose it in my actual notes. Um, let's see. Oh no, is it chef full anime liquor? Yeah, it's really good. Okay, it's not like American licorice, which is shit tier. Okay, I'll take your word for it. And you're probably right for certain, right? Because I've had McDonald's in other countries, and it's always amazing how it tastes nothing like the McDonald's in the like a lot of food, a lot of the fast food don't taste nothing like it does in the U.S. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, right? It's the chemicals. It's not the corn. It's the chemicals. The chemicals used in the country is like I think is like what lead into a lot of these epidemics. But also Brian too. Like if you're curious, on my YouTube, so like on my because like my YouTube is where like I slowly started doing like the VODs as far as like where my cuts of these streams are being. If you're ever interested, and then I do also sometimes or attempt to do. I can't say that I do because I've only done one so far, but then I do also do like research projects that kind of like have interest in. Like the one and only one I've done so far was on the Drake and Kendrick beef because I was looking at all of the Drake allegations for like him being a peddler is what I call it, right? I don't, not the peddle, but I'll say peddler. And like a lot of the stuff that we was just coming on when we was pulling up the facts was just like all just either like stretched or completely like a lie. And then I'd sit there and I got notes. I actually got notes that are publicly accessible, that people are able to go if they want to actually look at the notes that I took on the matter, because I got links to all of like the sources that I used to like the pull up all the points I was making. So it was pretty good. I guess I throw that in there. I throw the YouTube thing in there just in case if uh anybody wants to look at it. Here, come on, give me just throw that in there. And then what was that comment said? If you have been outside of America, you can tell that even the chocolate tastes much better. Europeans literally don't have any U.S. Chocolates because it tastes so shit. Oh yeah, I bet. I can believe it. I can for sure. I Oh shoot, that is not what I wanted to type. I can for sure believe it because it's just like everything is just different. Yeah, brother. Good night, fam. I appreciate you. I appreciate you like stopping by, and yeah, like definitely do look forward to seeing you again. Here's the YouTube one. If you ever like catch on to that, and yeah, we are. Oh yeah, because it's 5:30 now. Um, everybody, I appreciate everybody that stopped by. It was also like really cool talk to you, especially since you're from Finland, brother. Like thank you all for like stopping by. We are actually uh I like what like we've been streaming now for quite a good bit. I wish I would tell. Oh yeah, my thing would tell me here. What is it? So 5 plus 8 hours would be like 13-ish, give or take. But yeah, no. But yeah, I like you, man. See you someday, hopefully. Yeah, man. I'll catch you later too, brother. Man, it was great talking to you. I get banned really often from Twitch, so might join on a different account. All right, well, we'll definitely keep an eye out for you, man. I really do appreciate you stopping by, man, and it was really cool talking to you. We are going to be going ahead and wrapping it up. And here's actually a going to be a good example of what I was talking about like my customization stuff for my streams here. Because we're going to wrap this up now in a couple of seconds. So I appreciate everybody here again. A raid. You know what? Yeah, I will actually. Yeah, I guess I'll sit there and look for somebody's channel to raid. Got any suggestions? Put it in the chat because I'm gonna go ahead and do my transition, and then yeah, and then I'll just hang into the chat and see what you like suggest, or I'll just look too and see about doing a raid. But I do again appreciate everybody for stopping by, and you guys take care. I will see y'all. Wait a sec. Let me figure out how to edit files on my NTP server on Linux. What? You guys take care.
Will Almighty ever stop being trash? Can he ever not be sorry? Find out next time on Almighty's stream.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Appreciate the love, guys. Let me see what we got going on here on Twitch.